Sure. Well, we played a very good team. That team's well coached. We love Coach Badalino. He did a lot for our program here at Syracuse when he was on our staff, and always well respected, and came up with a great game plan and gave his team a chance. And I thought, we hung around. We didn't give up. And, we took care of finishing the game at the end, and I think that was key. They had a lot of heart. Albany, I think, played very inspired and really gave us a tough game. So, very solid team, very good team. Certainly, I think that's proven by what they've done up to this point. And, I think, we certainly had our opportunities and could have scored a few more goals, I think, got a couple more saves, but I give credit to Albany for putting pressure on us on the O end and bearing their opportunities. That was one of the best shooting displays I've seen. They didn't miss the net, and that was nice, nice execution on their part. So great game, good finish, and now we get ready to move on, but it was a good team effort.
Coach, you guys got up 6-1 in the first half, maybe 10-5 in the second half. Why do you think the team wasn't able to pull away?
I think we just lost a little mental focus. We had tons of opportunities and turnovers, but, dominating the draw. And then, a bunch of those draws we won, we turned over before we got into the offensive end. And just not finishing our shots. The goalie played very well, had 11 saves. You put those in, the score, goes a lot different. Hit the net, don't hit the pipe. Goalie has 8-9 saves, and it's an easy win. So it was I think they played inspired. Goalie played great, and it was a, tough team. They were mentally tough, physically tough. You can ask this group right here, they were very physically tough.
Coach, you mentioned the draws. Obviously, that how important is that on a night when the offense is struggling to convert on its chances and you have those extra possessions?
It was key. But a draw win, you got to get it into the O and play some O. So I know we had a lot, but I think we probably had 6 or 7 we turned over before we got it into the offense. So it wasn't quite as dominant as it looked on paper. But the fact is we were controlling the ball, we were getting in our sticks, and that was huge. Without those possessions, who knows what the score would have been.
Alyssa, is it frustrating at all when you guys are getting up and you're not being able to pull away, and the fact that you're getting offensive chances, but they're not always going in and not converting all the time?
It's definitely frustrating. I think every time we get the opportunity, we want to score, we want to put the ball away. I think some of it's a little bit of bad luck, hitting the pipe a couple times. But, it's just the way the game goes. Sometimes tough games like this, and I think we did lose a little bit of mental focus down the stretch. But, a win's a win, and we're able to pull it out.
Kayla, that last goal, I think, make it 13-11, kind of, pull away there at the very end. And how big is it to be able to just get that last shot, and even when the team continuously coming back, to be able to finally get the last shot and pull away?
Yeah, I think everyone wants the ball at the end of the game. Everyone wants to score at the end of the game. It's just about being patient and getting the right opportunity. And I just opened up, got an opportunity, and been working on trying to finish my 8 meters. So.
Kayla, obviously you came away with 11 draw controls. Did you feel like you had any sort of advantage tonight over Lennon in the circle, or was it just just feeling it yourself?
No, definitely just communication like we've been working on. No, just another good draw game for the team.
And obviously a couple of those came, in the closing minutes when the game got really close, 1-2 goals. Does that add any pressure for you when you're in the circle?
No, we just keep it like the whole game. I mean, it was working the whole game, so we didn't really change anything up at the end. Just tried to keep doing what was working.
Coach, why did you decide to keep Kelsey, in the second, start the second half, and then make the switch later midway through?
like I always say, I trust my goalie coach, Brett Queener, and he thought she would, start the second half, come up with some saves and some momentum, and tried to get her to do that. Unfortunately, I think they got a couple goals there, and we decided to put Alyssa in, give her a shot.
When Anna Berman, I believe, she was making all these incredible saves on the other end. Is there any kind of just oh man, can't catch a break here? I think she had big time save on a free position against Katie Webster. Is there any kind of oh god?
Oh, I've been here. We've seen games like this. I can remember back to a NCAA quarterfinal where we beat a North Carolina team that had 11 saves and we had 1. And we ended up winning that game, and it happens, and then our goalies turned around and played well the rest of the way. So sometimes you're going to have an off night, or maybe not quite as much pressure as we wanted on the D end, and the shots, they got good looks at the shots, and we weren't seeing the ball well. So it happens. We'll rebound. We'll be fine.
Coach, how is it for you all, when you're up in possession and you see the score, to give yourself a little breathing room, but then Albany battles right back to score again, putting that pressure on you? How is it trying to close out the game? What's it like in the huddle and out there?
I think we're just focused on playing lacrosse. We weren't too stressed about that. I think we were confident. If we wanted to hold the ball and for 10 minutes, we could have probably tried that game. But we wanted to play lacrosse and execute, and we did. We scored some goals down the end when we needed to, and minus a couple turnovers, I think you would have got that 2, 3, 4 goal run. But you make mistakes. That's why we play, and we get a great opportunity to come back and play again this weekend, another ACC game.
And any added incentive when you play against a former colleague?
No, he's a good coach, solid coach. We pretty much knew what he was going to do. We've seen that offense, and I think we just need to be a little more energized, a little more focused, but the players did what they needed to do to get the job done.
Kayla and Alyssa, Allie Fallon said that cutters to the net have kind of been a disadvantage for Albany this year. It looked like tonight they were handling you guys pretty well at times. You guys kind of struggling to get that pass, down the cut, down to the middle towards the net. As somebody who was out there, what were they doing so well in that regard?
I think they just know that's part of our game. I think Treanor and I have had a lot of chemistry, and teams know that. So if that's something that they want to focus on, then that's something that they can potentially take away from us, but then that leaves them a little vulnerable in other aspects of the offense. So that was something that they specifically wanted to do. So they focused on the cutters, but then that gave us more time to work on the dodges. So I think we were more successful with dodging than we were with feeding today, just because of the way they played us.
Alyssa, you guys have, after finally going off the road now, after this long home, so you looking forward to that?
Yeah, warmer weather.
Anything good.
I think it's supposed to be 65 and sunny. I checked the weather, so yes. And we'll be able to see Lewis Hogan.
Thank you, guys.